There we are. Just just showed the background for a second. Hey everybody. Hey Aid, thanks for coming in. Let me go up to the top. Woo.
Oh, sorry.
My friend Laura is here from Hedgehog's Homestead. She was the
Hello.
first one in. Love her for that. Lark's Homesteadish. Hope you can stay with us for a bit. Where to begin homesteading,
Oh,
Janice?
tofu.
Very good to see you, Storms. Storms, radios, and cats. Almost homesteading. Good to see you, Janice. Idra, it's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, hello, Tofu. And Aid, I'm always glad to have you here.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Josh. It's Grandpa Josh. Hey, howdy, Garden. You're most welcome up, too. Hey, the Virginia Bushcrafter. Welcome, welcome. Working and listening. Oh, yeah, I remember that's your thing for late night. Good to see you guys. Good to see you.
Hey, Janice. Good to see you.
So, how was your week this week so far? What are you guys getting done on the homestead?
We got our lime today.
Your
Um,
what?
lime.
Oh, lime. I thought you said your
Lime.
alarm. I'm like, your alarm?
Not getting a whole lot done on the homestead this week, just because it's been kind of a crazy week.
Yeah.
Had three vet appointments this week with emergency kind of like
Oh,
taking our oldest dog in and out. He's not eating and
oh
having some
no.
issues, and we just found out he's got this. He has a trachea. Um, oh, there's,
This is Astro has this?
yeah, Astro.
Okay.
Yeah, his basically his trachea is kind of stopped working. It's prolapsed. It's
Ooh, I didn't even know that could
only on
happen.
one side, and so he's having real
Oh,
trouble eating and breathing. He can't handle the heat. He can't exercise in any way. He
yeah.
he
Well, because
can't.
that can happen with pugs. Their trachea can completely collapse. So I
Mhm.
know kind of what you're talking about. It's very scary.
Yeah,
Oh my
and
goodness.
so he's not like he's already just in this week lost 2 pounds. So
Oh.
yeah,
Is there
so
anything they can do with it?
they
I
can
mean, for it, but it's big bucks.
big bucks, and
Oh,
he's 12 years old. So
yeah, it's hard.
and then if it doesn't work,
Oh, it's one of those. It could
yeah,
or it couldn't work
it
in.
could and it couldn't, and then he has to be
Um,
totally silent and quiet afterwards.
oh yeah, like that works with dogs. What?
Yeah, especially when he's got two puppies around him all the time, and
Uh,
you know,
that's really hard.
so
Okay, almost homesteading. Garner
so
Josh has a new baby in the house.
yeah, that's exciting.
So cute. He's adorable. He was actually born my
Very,
named Samuel. Good name, Samuel.
yeah, I
Uh,
like that name.
and was born Hannah's birth weight, 8'5", little
Oh
eight
wow.
five baby.
Ooh.
It, yeah, good size, good
Hmm.
healthy size. Not too big, not too small. I think 8'5" is a good way to come out.
Hey, have a garden.
Good to see you, Glenn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been getting much done because like I told you on yours this morning, I threw my back out um, doing that. Yeah, I know. I hope Astro gets better too. I didn't
Yeah.
mean to glaze over that because I hate that when
Well, this.
something's wrong with Resi. It's just
Yeah.
we worry. We do. We worry about
Well,
her.
the food that they have for him, the easily digested food,
Mhm.
is something he's allergic to.
You
It's,
gotta be. Well, what we do with Resi, because she has such a tiny mouth and she has issues with her teeth and stuff, she
hmm
can't. It's just I think I don't these small breeds. You can brush their teeth and they'll still kind of fall out.
hmm
Um, we put her food in, and it's already soft, but we put it in a solo plate, and
hmm
we still wash the solo plates and reuse them. So we're not wasteful with them. We put water in with that. So then it's much easier for her to get it down without too much chewing, without it getting stuck in her teeth. And
hmm
also, then she's getting her water because she was like afraid of her water dish.
Oh,
She's afraid to drink
wow.
water by itself
Yeah.
sometimes. So But I was just thinking the water with the wet food might help him a little bit just for
Yeah,
go down.
yeah, probably.
I
Um,
don't know if they have another. Did they make any other suggestions for you for easy to
uh,
digest
they give him all kinds of pills to. One's
to
for
help
his
him?
stomach, to coat his stomach before he
Mm.
eats, and his whole
Oh.
esophageal system, and
Are they saying that that's why it prolapsed because it was something to do with just irritation or
well, it's something that either your thyroid can cause,
holy crud? Okay.
or it's kind of an older lab thing that
Okay.
happens.
Okay.
And so she goes,
Yeah.
on the paper, the symptoms were change in voice. He's had that for a while. He sounds like
Mhm.
when he's barking, he sounds like a smoker that's
Mm.
coughing.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Um,
Garrett, what's up?
yeah. Hey, Garrett. Um,
Oh.
and just the panting all the time to try to breathe, and when he's
Oh.
excited, and,
Mhm.
and but his spirit's still there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's
He
still Astro.
he's still Astro. Um,
Yeah,
it's
that's hard.
just tough to watch him try to eat
Mhm.
because it's like his favorite things. I I got off the
He's a lab, that's like their favorite thing to
yeah
do is eat. Food
I
is
got
their
off the
favorite.
live and
Yeah.
tried to feed him a piece of cucumber, his
Mhm.
favorite food, and he smelled it, and then he went on the couch and just started drooling and drooling and drooling. So I'm
Oh,
like, okay, you're going back in,
yeah.
and so hey, Green Granny,
Hey,
and
Denise, good to see
um,
you.
so I was just like, my so
Yeah,
we've looked
maybe.
into, they're like, well, first he would need this ultrasound, and that's like 2,200.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Do you guys
and
have a band field near you where he
we
could get?
do, we do, and he's on Banfield.
Oh, they sent you to another hospital, like
They
they
don't do it in the hospital. They
shoot,
have to do it in a special thing.
specialists
Yeah.
place. Yeah, that
Mhm.
happened to us with her. They thought they saw an enlargement in her tract, like,
Mhm.
and I guess they thought it was cancer, and they sent us to this place. It's called Access, which is a real
Right.
hospital. I don't know why they get away with calling their place a hospital
Right.
because they don't do overnights here. Do they do overnights
No.
in your state? Yes.
Mm-mm.
See that? I don't like that at all. That they get
Yeah.
away with
And
it.
so yeah, and the other thing is he has an enlarged heart. So to do anything on him,
Oh, that's what she has. Yeah, they can die. They
yeah,
can die in surgery. She can't even have her teeth properly cleaned under anesthesia because of
right.
hers.
He
Yeah.
can't either. He he
Mm-mm.
he doesn't do well under anesthesia.
No, she
He
doesn't.
The last time he went under anesthesia, he almost died just from
Yeah.
the anesthesia, not from the surgery or anything.
Yeah. She
So,
went into about a pancreatitis right after her cleaning. But now we realize that hers is psychosomatic. It'll bring just too much stress and she'll go into a pancreatitis situation.
hmm,
So even with really bad thunderstorms, we give her a calm down pill. And but they already found the murmur and now
hmm,
she's doing the gagging. Is he doing the
yeah,
gagging? Yeah.
yeah, he does that too.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
gags
Yeah. So
and then he throws up, and
oh, yeah, she
yeah,
hasn't started throwing up, but boy, it sounds like it. Like
yeah,
she's gone too. Oh, that's so, yeah,
yeah.
that
He
makes me
doesn't throw up
sad.
very often, but he starts barking at the dogs, at the
Mm-hmm.
puppies, because they want to play with him.
Yeah.
And then, and so I'll tell the puppies to go away, and then he if I walk out of the room, they start again, and then he starts barking at them,
Yeah. To
and
be
then
quiet, probably. He's the older
right,
dog. Yeah.
yeah, and then he loses it and just starts hacking and trying to.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it's like, oh, you poor thing.
Maybe he could, maybe calm down pills would be okay for him being around the puppies. I wonder just a
Maybe,
little bit. but I don't know how it would affect his breathing. I'd be afraid to say that
Right.
and then it do something opposite. That stinks. I
Yeah.
know I had gotten out my sweet book that my daughter
Oh,
got it for me. This book is so sweet. Sometimes parts of it kind of remind me of Howie, like talking to Howie from Food Forest
mm-hmm.
Permaculture. This man, Charlie Macquarie or I can't read his if it's an S or an R. The author,
Mm.
but the in the beginning is so cute. I wanted to read it like how you'll usually just skip over a foreword or
Mm-hmm.
preface in the book. It says, this is his preface. Hello. You started at the beginning, which is impressive. I usually start in the middle and never read introductions. It's surprising that I've made a book because I'm not good at reading them. The truth is, I need pictures. They are like islands, places to get to in the sea of words. I think that's why I love him because that's like me.
Mm-hmm.
This book is for everyone, whether you are 80 or 8. I feel like I'm both sometimes. I know that feeling. I'm like I'd like it to be one you can dip into anywhere, anytime. Start in the middle if you like, scribble on it, crease the corners, and leave it well thumbed. The drawings are mainly of a boy, a mole, a fox, and a horse. I'll tell you a little bit about them, although I'm sure you'll see things here that I don't, so I'll be quick. The boy is lonely when the mole first surfaces. They spend time together gazing into the wild. I think the wild is a bit like life, frightening sometimes, but beautiful. In their wanderings, they meet the fox. It's never going to be easy meeting a fox if you're a mole. The boy is full of questions. The mole is greedy for cake. The fox is mainly silent and weary because he's been hurt by life. The horse is the biggest thing they have ever encountered and also the gentlest. They are all different like us, and each has their own weaknesses. I can see myself in all 4 of them. Perhaps you can too. I just absolutely, that's not even the whole introduction, but I just love the way he writes. And then I
Yeah.
found this one quote, like it's so sweet and tender. It kind of
Mm-hmm.
reminds me, you know what he reminds me of? He definitely grew up on Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I can
it's
see
that
that.
type of soothing
Mm-hmm.
story. And the little boy says this in the book. It's I went to the middle. Like he says, you can go anywhere. Isn't it odd? We can only see our outsides, but nearly everything happens on the inside.
Mm.
Isn't that cool? I'm like, yeah,
That is really cool.
if we all could just see inside out,
Yeah.
me included to see what somebody's going through. Oh my
Right.
gosh, I think so too. Adventures in Out with Outdoor Eagle sent me a picture of that book that he saw it. I think so too, Outdoor Eagle. That book just the same thing. It kind of came to me. Good to see you, man.
Thank you, Bor.
He works hard. That's so funny. I know you're up for a minute. Did you just come home from an event? Hey, Tibor, it's good to see you. Oh, what book and author is it? Hold on. It's called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse by Charlie. Oh, it's
Hey, Denier.
Mackesy? Mackesy? Hey, Near, I need you because he's
Macassey.
Mackesy. He's
Macassey.
from Great Britain. He definitely, when I saw him, he definitely has an accent.
Mm.
But the interaction between the mole and the boy kind of has that A. Millen, is that how, or
Mm-hmm.
the author feel. It has
Mm-hmm.
that kind of feel to it of Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin
Yeah.
kind of talking back and forth. But the introduction to his characters really, really cool. But anyway, I pulled it out and I was like, that is so I just needed a little bit from that book tonight. Just did. I needed a little bit of that book.
Yeah.
Oh, my back. Ooh, hold on. Oh, it just spasmed.
Spasm, spasm.
Yeah, I know. I had like, there we go. Um, Other thing I found, I don't know if you've ever watched this lady. Her name is her channel is Mom on the Spectrum.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I think she got diagnosed late with autism, as being on the autism spectrum disorder. I mean,
Good night,
as
Evie.
having it. Who's going night night? Oh, Adventures Outdoor Eco.
Hmm.
Okay. Oh my goodness, 4 a.m. Yikes. I'm glad you caught me too. Look at that. The book was up on the screen. That's so wild. I think the universe is telling you to get that book. Or God, maybe. Um, she does these really great like printouts and how do you say that? Like infographic? Yeah, infographics. Like this is an infographic where they do,
Yeah.
and it's depression versus autistic burnout. And it was
Huh.
really interesting because she went down because ADHD is it's the early part of the autism spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes ADHD is really close to what they used to call Asperger's that they now don't include. It's just, I
Right.
guess, high functioning autism. I
Yeah.
guess they got rid of that word. But it was really interesting because it was saying the things that overlap are with both, with burnout and depression, change in appetite, you get fatigue, feeling worthless or guilty, difficulty thinking and or making decisions. That was me. I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
think. Like I'm going through bouts of my brain won't work.
Right.
Um, can improve with self-care, exercise, nourishment, and feelings of overwhelm. And then she put the two like side by side. Um, and going down for depression, it's persistent sadness and depressed mood. At least 2 weeks is to get a diagnosis of depression. That's usually what they look for. Is you have to have it going on for at least minimum 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It usually improves by cultivating self-esteem and reintegrating socially, like getting out and
Mm-hmm.
making yourself get out and around people more. Medication can be helpful to process emotions associated with the root cause. Grief, of course, she uses as her example from loss. I'm like, oh, um, maybe accompanied by thoughts of that bad word that we actually talked about last time, suicide. Uh, and it says no or low interest in things that regularly bring joy. Now that's that
Mm-hmm.
depression side. Now, autistic burnout side is can be caused by masking and or sensory overwhelm. If you're not familiar with autism, masking is like, and girls will do it a lot more than boys on the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
They will act a certain way that they see like another girl act to fit in
Mm-hmm.
socially. Um, they will uh, mask, maybe they like, this is one of their stims, which is, it's called
Mm-hmm.
hand flapping
Yeah.
or just another stim tapping. They
Yeah.
won't, they'll keep them, they might just grip the table so they don't tap.
Tapping, rocking.
Rocking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, anyway, and then sensory overwhelm for me, Walmart is visually overwhelming. And a lot of people that is a good idea. Like to look at Walmart, that's sensory overwhelm. When you
Mm-hmm.
walk into Walmart or you walk into those big box stores on the holidays, that's what sensory overwhelm is. Well, it's
Mm-hmm.
way worse for somebody who has sensory issues.
Yeah.
Um, I can't I can't shop properly on the weekends, and I didn't know why. I didn't know why I couldn't, and I didn't realize it was related to my ADHD and sensory overwhelm. The other one is autistic burnout can lead to depression, so you can have the two at the same time. The stimming that Laura and I mentioned can provide some relief. She mentioned how it feels inside for her, like there's just this energy that builds up almost in her chest, and then
Mm-hmm.
once she is doing whatever her stim is, I think she says she'll hand flap sometimes.
Mm.
Um, it releases some of it for her. It just
Hey, Huga.
lets it come out.
CB.
Hey, Huga. instead of like avoiding those things. Oh, oh, Jean. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, Janice, let me see. Masking, the art of pretending that the things that deeply bother you do not actually bother you at all. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And making eye contact with people when it's absolutely painful sometimes because
Yeah.
you just want to look away, especially while you're talking, which is so odd and not a good social behavior in uh, the other world of non autistic people. Let's see, where are we? Usually improves by nurturing your inner world. So, where it says when you're depressed, get out and get among people, usually you need quiet time, you need things kind of calm,
Mhm.
and you need to nurture yourself sometimes apart from people.
I'm that
Uh,
way. I do
yeah,
need that.
I do too. And I always thought, well, wait, I thought I was extroverted. That's more like an introvert thing.
Mhm.
But I never related it to my ADHD. Never knew I really had sensory overwhelm. It was my daughter who noticed it
Yeah.
because she's high functioning. She's like, Mom, you have autism spectrum stuff going on. And I'm like, yeah, I know I have some, but, and she's like, you're shopping. She's like, when we go shopping, you definitely, that exhaustion and like the exhaustion can last into the next day
Wow.
for me. Oops.
I'm not like that. I definitely have my time where I need to be. I just go in my room and read, and it's like I just need to download and get away from people, you know,
Yeah, it's
and
too
just,
peoply.
just even, being in the same room with somebody feels like they're
Intrusive.
sucking energy from you.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like extrovert, introvert.
Yeah.
Introverts feel that way. My husband and my daughter both need that time where it's just them reading in a quiet
Mhm.
spot or doing something quiet
Mhm.
to recharge. And I need time to be with somebody and talk because I process things outside of my head.
Mhm.
It's just really bizarre that way. Let's see, where is it? Alone time tends to make things better. There we go. Medication is not typically recommended for treatment for autistic burnout. And it's not necessarily about addressing root cause, but rather focusing on sensory regulation. Janet and I have talked about that, about sensory regulation.
Mm.
Like if we're not regulating well, um, we can come off harsh or like I was saying to you, like when that happened with him breaking in to our patio, that totally dysregulated me. It would do it to a lot of people,
Yeah.
but even to the next day, it was
Mhm.
dysregulating, and I still
Yeah. Yeah.
couldn't
Yeah.
calm and couldn't think straight as to what to do um, until I was talking to like people, and they're like, "Remember, what do you have for the next time if it happens?" and
Mhm.
being able to process through that. Has anyone ever heard the theory if a butterfly flaps its wings in America, you will eventually feel the breeze in Japan? Yeah, I have heard that. It's kind of like the stone and the rings, how the rings go on forever. Where do they really stop? When you
Yeah.
like throw a stone, like avoiding those things or asking for accommodate. Yeah, to ask for accommodations. Yeah, for the sensory things. Yeah, sound overload can be a problem. I agree. How to garden.
Yeah. It can be.
I actually, when we go to concerts, have to bring sunglasses, and I have to bring things to put in my ears, those foamy,
Mhm.
to tamper things down, or I
Yeah.
can go right into a migraine. It can send my nervous system into a migraine.
Hmm.
Calmer earplugs, they're amazing. Oh, really? Is it the flared ones, Hugo? You got her flared ones from Mom on the Spectrum? Diva! You guys, by the way, my girls and my guys, the thing is, the link should be pinned up at the top for coming up if you want to come up.
Homestead.
Hey, the Polaran message. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a bit.
Hey, almost homestead.
Oh, so it just helps you focus.
Steady.
Oh, I've never. Okay, I'll have to look and see if she's got those. Exactly. Everyone is different, even with the same diagnosis. That's correct.
That is true. especially with autism.
Yes, especially with
Yes.
autism.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost homesteading said the same thing. I need alone time to ground and reset.
Yeah.
Hard to be your best self when you're, yeah, it is hard to be your best self when you're
I
dysregulated.
think doing YouTube, a lot of people kind of wane in and out, and it's
Hmm.
because they need that. They need that
Yes,
away, because this can be
it burns you out.
it. Yes.
It totally can burn you out.
Yeah.
That's how I've been feeling. Like Steven, I talked about it before when she was up here and she was like, "Are you burnout?" I'm like, I don't, I am, I think, but I don't want to say I am. I want to keep going, but
Yeah.
I don't think I can. And now my back is like, "You're not going." Yeah, right. We need enough breezes. I love that to send that hurricane out to sea. Yeah, definitely. We
Yeah.
definitely need something. Don't. I'm hoping it'll take that first turn, Tibor, that what's his name spoke about. Bri- Ryan Hall, y'all.
Yes.
He was saying there's two it can
Hmm.
take, and the first one will be the furthest away from the East Coast.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be definitely nice. But I know things that I do, and I didn't realize I did it until watching lives. Was I'll look up when I talk a lot.
Mm.
I do that with my
Hmm.
lips. Um, what's the other one? I know when I'm out, I'm so bummed because I brought my wrong essential oil in here with me. I carry peppermint
Mm.
with me. So if something's really bad or offensive, I can dab peppermint underneath my nose and I don't have to smell it. Plus, it also just it calms me, but helps me focus on things.
Hmm.
But I'm okay if I don't have it, but they make me feel better, like to
Hmm.
have that peppermint. Even this doesn't bother me. The sports cream, I don't mind it.
Mm. I
It,
like it too.
what is that? It's like it brings me comfort, not just because it warms my back or my muscles.
Hmm.
It's something with the smell. I don't
Or
know.
is it the memory linked to it that it's going to help your back?
Yeah, the
The
nurturing.
nurturing of it, you know.
Yeah, yep.
It's like,
'Cause
when your mom's there.
that's the same thing. Like with the Vicks, it's the nurturing of
Hmm.
somebody caring for you when you were sick. And I can't use it, like I've said before, but in certain cultures, they use it for like a lot, not
Hmm.
just for colds. It's like a remedy for so much. But yeah, that's true. It's linked to that memory. It's also linked to my dad. Like when he would overwork, he would have Bengay. Probably it was probably on his back. I think I inherited his back
Mm.
because he was this age and he had bought our house here in Florida. It was a 5 bedroom with a pool, and we were still in California. So he's by himself. His back went out as he's prepping the house.
Oh no.
His back totally went out on him. And that's how he, I guess, met the neighbor. And the neighbor brought him like some soup or something. And then my mom met her when,
Hey,
we
Diva in the dirt.
came over. Peppermint mint is good for focus and energy. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's good for headaches. I know I use it for headaches. The only problem is, Huga, every time I use my peppermint roller, even if I do that thing on the temples, always ends up too close to my eyes. Because I
Mm.
use like extra strong peppermint oil. I use regular peppermint oil and then that crystal menthe that I used to pull out and we used to joke around about. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember it. It looks like some kind of drug.
Hmm.
It's like clear crystals. You
Yeah.
put that in the mint itself and it bumps up. It's stronger for like muscles and relaxation. So is citrus, Huga. If I use citrus in the house, it helps me focus. Rosemary, I'll use too. But it's not like a magic bullet. Like, just helps a bit.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
helps a bit. Your coffee cup is empty again. Make me a cup too, Storm.
Oh yeah.
I
Me
almost,
too.
I know, I almost made a cup before I went
Oh, I had
live.
a glass of tea, so we'll see how long that lasts.
Oh, Glenn, good night.
Oh, good night.
Glenn didn't have his coffee. He's going,
Oh.
but it's early yet, like Kier would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the base and neck, and the temple is what I mean. The temple's still too close to my eyes because mine is so strong. It burns my eyes.
Mm.
Feels like it's leaking in there.
Yep.
The cats are drinking your coffee. Where to begin says maybe. Nobody wants caffeinated cats. That's not a good thing.
No. No.
Meow.
Thank you.
Making the whole house smell like peppermint. Yeah, I like that smell actually in the house too, Tibor. The wax melts I have are citrus right now. It was actually my mom's wax melter, and the fragrance is the last fragrance like that when my dad and her were both alive and we were visiting. She was using those melts.
My
So,
favorite smell is like pumpkin spice or
oh, I love
cinnamon.
pumpkin.
You
Yeah, I
know
love those too.
those stupid pine cones you buy?
Mhm.
Oh,
I
I
like
love
those.
that.
I
I
like
can't
those.
wait for that time. My husband likes it too, so that's good. But
Yeah,
like,
I do too. I love those scents too. There's one, what was called Christmas Spirit. It's Christmas something. I got it from Young Living, and I use that stuff, and it's actually got a tiny little bit of this one that I grabbed by accident. It's got Northern Lights, black spruce, but then it's mostly cinnamon and they're orange. Oh,
mm,
it smells so good.
catnip. Catnip. Yeah,
Flea
that's
kitty.
awesome, Doris.
Yeah, that would be bad, Janet. Flea kitty on her caffeine.
Thank you. Good to see you.
I don't know. Is catnip caffeine?
Catafine.
Yes, it is Christmas spirit. I couldn't remember. Isn't it wonderful? I love that stuff. I go through it way too fast. I think they
What
upped the
is it?
price.
Is it a smell or a oil?
Oh,
Christmas tree?
Vitra, I'm so sorry. Your wife's brother passed away on Canada Day last year. I'm so, so sorry. How is she doing? I hope she's doing okay. We lost my brother first before we lost my dad and my mom.
Mm,
And there was my aunt went before my dad, and that devastated my mother because that was her older sister. And she
right.
was very close to her. Like on the phone, they would talk to each other a lot as they got older.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's so hard. Yeah, olfactory nerves. Also, like for some reason, I don't know what it is about music, but music can bypass my logic center, and I've heard that it just does this. It can go right to your emotions, and it made so much sense
Mm-hmm.
when I heard that because music deeply affects me. I'm very kind of careful about what I listen to
Yeah.
now that I'm older, and I realize that citrus
That
milk
it
and
that it does the things that it does. Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, I know about the um, it's called limousine. Is that the name of it? It's got something in it. Yeah, it turns to formaldehyde. Yeah. And some of those too, the essential oils are not real essential oils. That's why I do like the Young Living. Now hasn't been too bad, but they're all like when they're individually tested by other people, no, none of them seem to come out super clean. Kind
Mm,
of kind of want to get my own essential oil maker, but that's also I think an alcohol still. Don't want my husband be like who doesn't want any alcohol in the house and I'm
right.
gonna still set up in the kitchen. Oh, I've listened to those Hugo that by yeah. I don't get that much from them. I don't. You know what I do get though is the ASMR tingles.
Mm-hmm.
Those videos. Oh my gosh, I love them. Like that. Those noises and stuff. It's like, oh yes, tinkle tinkle, tinkle tinkle. And I really like relax. You've got to have your earbuds in though to do that. Then you
Yeah.
really get the full effect. And I have no idea how they're able to like move from earbud to earbud with sound.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's wild.
It's a
How,
stereo sound, but
yeah, but I mean, like they can shift in my ears. Like
yeah,
suddenly they're over here,
it's
and
really
then they're.
cool, isn't
It
it?
is, yeah.
I
I'm like,
remember the first time that happened. I was a kid. I was like, whoa.
Oh, why did they do that? Your daughter came to our house and oh no. That's terrible, Beecher. I'm so sorry. The death in the family can cause so much drama. I totally understand. I'm not even, I pray it gets better for you, Vitra.
Yeah,
That's just awful.
that is hard.
That's really hard. My
It
mom
is.
had my brother's ashes until she passed away. So I have them. His kids have not even contacted me asking where they are.
Mm,
Yeah. So I do know that my brother loves like Arizona, Nevada. He loved reptiles, but it's really their place, I think. I don't know. I don't know whose place it is to lay his ashes to rest.
yeah,
It's so hard. Family drama is just draining. I'm so sorry, Vitra, you went through that.
yeah, it can be. I
Oh, okay.
when
Tibor
my
just said about the limousine is mostly used in citrus household cleaners, candles from China. Yeah, I don't do. Yeah, I try not to do those. But
right,
thank you for saying that. What were you going to say? I'm
my
sorry.
dollar store candles.
Yep, your dollar store candles have formaldehyde. Hate to tell you.
Yeah,
Hey, Bob. What's up? Yeah, family drama,
Barbarino.
truly horrible.
No, I worry about it. My mom passes. It would be terrible to deal with family drama because you just know when you got certain family members that have caused trouble
Yeah.
before. It's like,
Yep. I think that's what the last, I would say, the second to last visit when I became totally unglued and I had to drive home all the way like home with the kids. Like we stopped it and stayed in a hotel until I could drive.
right.
Um, but yeah, that was my big wake up call as to what was really going on. And
Mm,
it was, I was supposed to be pushed out in the end. And everything was supposed to go to that one sister who finally came back, who had disappeared for like 8 years and
yeah,
let my mom raise her kids. It was like, okay, you didn't get enough out of our parents by doing that.
yeah.
Okay. But God took
Hey,
care of it.
bushcrafter.
It is limonene. Okay, I knew it. It was different. I knew the spelling was different. I had seen that. Hey, Tian, what's up? Who else came in? I saw. Oh, it was Bob. Okay, I thought somebody came in between
Oh,
Bob.
sorry. I should
Yeah,
never.
who got? She says it sounds like an airplane cabin to her. The biannual beats, or when they're doing the and all those the nails makes me want fingernails when they do it.
Oh yeah.
Hey, gardening warrior Q, honey. I'm sorry, I don't know if I gave you a proper hello. Hmm. Whoop. What did I miss? Okay, wait a minute.
Are you
Wait a
frozen?
minute. What's
Oh,
the acting nuts? What did I miss? The cats, Janice? Because we mentioned about the cats being on
oh,
caffeine. Oh wow! Hey, J3GS, good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
hey, Jay. I've never met you. Nice to meet you.
I'm at J3GS Farm on Divas when I was doing Divas
Oh,
Live. Yeah, really nice. Um, vet,
cool.
thank him for his service. But I was telling him he looked a little bit like Rob, the sapper gardener, uh,
Oh, yeah.
in his picture a little bit. And I don't know how Rob does it. He has so many followers, and he's still like, if you go over and watch anything on his page, he's suddenly in your comments
Mm.
like, oh, I wish I was so much. I wish I was better at my doing that.
Oh, me too. Me too.
So extraction takes hundreds of pounds to make. Yeah, that's what I thought too, Tien. But oh, distillation, not nearly as costly. Okay. Well, the distillation, that's what I was saying. It's a distiller, right? It's the same one that you use for making alcohol, pretty much. Ayurvedic medicine don't need to buy into.
Hey, Homesteadish.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of balancing my diet, Hugo, before I went into some really bad fibro flares. And we had the little one, and I was basically puking out my guts. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, and I was supposed to be getting up with this child because I was getting the migraines with the flare.
Mm.
Hey, living a rogue life. Good to see you. Oh,
Hey,
no, it's not. Okay, he said the distiller is not the same thing as the alcohol distiller.
hey, living rogue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, with certain things it's made by pressing. I thought they though distilled certain ones and other ones they pressed them out. But that makes sense. I know with rose oil that's why it's so expensive because it's like tons and tons of roses just to get a little
Oh,
bit of
really?
rose oil. Yeah, and you figure how expensive roses are.
Yeah. And they don't bloom. There's not a lot of them that bloom at once. And
Yeah, to get I know you'd have to grow a ton of roses and
hmm
then go dehead all your rose petals.
hmm
That would be so hard. And then you get like a couple drops, like he was saying.
right. Not
I
all
know.
roses have scents.
Oh, T-Bar, really? They won't still keep his business open? Or you meant his concerts? Oh, good. What's up, Barry? Barry? What's up,
Barry,
Barry? Barry?
Barry, it's good to see
Well,
you, man.
It is good to
good to
see
see you
you.
too.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure. Let me move a light so I don't look so dead.
Well,
Not
that would be
sickly.
freaky if you were talking and you were dead. Well,
Yeah.
you'd probably be screaming. Kind of like those commercials where it's like all happy go lucky and this little thing hops off the cereal box and he's dancing
hmm
around. Did you ever see the ones where he hops off and the people start screaming and the kids start screaming and running away?
No.
I think it was like a Geico commercial, like how Geico will make fun of certain commercials. Yeah, I'm
They,
sad about Jimmy Buffett's T board. Did anybody find out what it was? If
Wait,
the
what happened?
family, Jimmy Buffett passed away that past week, and I don't even know.
Oh, I didn't even hear about it.
Yeah, I don't
I
know what
didn't
it is.
either.
Well,
Oh, you had to treat them. Yeah, that's true too, Hugo. They get
I thought.
funguses down here. And yeah, rosehip oil would be really expensive, almost homesteading. I don't know how they're able to do that. They must be mixing it. There's no way that's pure rosehip oil that we're getting when we buy it.
Rare skin
For
cancer. No.
I love it for skincare though. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's become. You have to question everything you buy now.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
hmm
So
You
take
do.
that off here.
I agree. Yeah, no more drunken parrot heads, Tibor, Hugo says. Oh, you gotta be kidding. It was skin cancer? A rare
Mm.
skin cancer that turned into lymphoma.
Oh,
Mm-mm. Oh, that's a shame. I was wondering if it was that or if it was going to be like a liver cancer. Both of them kind of, it's like part of the life. He was always outside, living that life,
yeah.
being Margaritaville, which is a lot of boating and catching fish and drinking
hmm
margaritas and eating fresh fish, shellfish. Yum. I could kind of live part of the Margaritaville life. I can't drink many margaritas now at my age. Something like puts
Get the
me to
margarita hangover.
yeah, that and I get the margarita nap.
Yeah.
It's like 2 margaritas in and I'm ready to go to bed. And not much fun.
Yeah. Me, it's one margarita.
Yeah,
I don't
probably would
really,
be
we
one.
don't really drink here, though.
No, we don't either. Theron doesn't like alcohol in the house at all.
Yeah, we
In
don't
fact,
like it either.
yeah, he found it was like he found my little empty Tito's small bottle. And I was like, yeah, I
I'll be
think
right
that
back.
was for tincture, but I'm not sure. I might have drank it.
Might have just
Might have tinctured. Yeah, I tinctured myself. Just put it with a little lemon tincture. I don't know. Maybe cranberry tincture. We drink this cranberry juice tincture. Oops, I drank more than a few drops. Oh, it's a
It's
lot
having
of.
some lemon drops, and it just needed a little extra something.
Yeah.
Lemon drop
Hey,
tincture.
Moon. Oh, Moon, it's nice that you came in. I always see your comments sometimes after the lives. Thanks for
Hey,
coming in.
Moon.
Rose bushes under my windows for national. Oh, nice. Yeah, Hugo, I want to do that. I want to do pineapples. Although pineapples are easier to dislodge their root system than a rose bush.
Mm.
So that's kind of a good idea. We have also the bougainvilleas here, Hugo. I don't know if you guys have those.
What's bougainvillea?
Bougainvillea is those ones you'll see in pictures sometimes that they make archways out of, and they're like pink or purple. And the flower itself isn't really a typical flower. It's like the leaves of this bush shrub. It's really like a vine, but it's very filled with thorns. Totally filled with thorns. It would be a great death hedge, as we talk about in David the Goods, the death hedge. Cheeseburger in paradise. I could go for a cheeseburger. Maui had a do they still have it though? Oh, she even wonders because it was close to Lahaina.
Got these calluses on my palms right in here from
all your hard work.
Oh yeah, I have to use a Texas toothpick to plant anything in the ground here.
Oh my goodness, because of the clay.
Mm-hmm.
Can't
the
imagine.
clay and the rock.
Oh,
just getting through all that.
We're talking about something silly people were buying, and I said I should just sell those cement blobs that I find from them building our house. Like they just buried the crap rather than dispose of it. So I'll be digging, and I just find like a cluster of cement.
You know what that might be is that, like, when they did our house, I mean, there's clusters of cement here and there just because they, like, after they were pouring the foundations, they clean out their trucks, and then they just kind of leave this, like, cement, like,
blob
thing, where they cleaned out their truck.
That's not nice.
For leaving that on my land.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what are they supposed to do with it? I don't know, but still.
Maybe they'll think you're like going to use it for fill. I don't know.
It's like having a permanent cow patty. It's fossilized in your yard.
Yeah, you could paint it brown. There you go.
There.
World's largest cow patty from
a giant cow.
Yeah, from a giant cow. Came through with what's his name? Bunyan.
Yeah.
It's actually an ox turd. There you go. It's his ox's turd.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could make it a stop and charge people to look at it. All Bunyan. I couldn't think of his name.
I have one of those left over.
You have a big.
Mine's between the shed and the garage.
Oh, like a cement blob.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I'm just gonna let him sit in for me.
Okay.
So how are you doing today? Really? Oh, you got a call? Okay. We totally understand if you got to take it.
What do you want me to do? You took my spot.
Well, you got to clean yourself up before you're presentable. He said it didn't.
Late. The ladies have already
he turned the camera on too soon, Barry. He wasn't ready.
He wasn't quite ready.
He was half asleep. There he goes again.
He just knows there's ladies present, so he's like trying to get presentable. It's like I hear lady voices.
Yeah.
So what you up to? What you up to, Bob? How's that painting going?
Not much. I went and got another gallon of paint.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but left my phone up at
Oh,
Sherwin-Williams, so
crap.
tomorrow morning we got to drive drive over there and pick it
Oh,
up.
no.
Yeah, set it down next to the cash register. It's a small store,
Thank
you know.
God it was
It got
small.
blended in with a bunch of other stuff, you
Yeah,
know.
it
Yeah.
was there.
It's not a huge like a Walmart, you know, just a small store. I got to go up there tomorrow morning and pick it up. I searched where's my phone, and there it is. It's still inside the store.
Oh, good. Glad it was not moving.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mhm.
There's a question from the audience for you. Where is Dark Paw today?
He's sitting over on the TV stand,
Oh,
and his little buddies who won't leave his side is like right up against him.
now are those his kids that are with him? Are those his babies?
Probably,
Okay.
because cats can have more than one donor, pretty much.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Wild.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. That would be not a good thing. Be in the hospital and little
It's
other
funny,
type of baby comes out of mommy.
Mhm.
Oops, that's
Oh,
from
look,
like
a calico baby.
I don't know how that happened. I haven't dated him for a really long time. Oops.
Yeah.
How do cats do that though? Does it like store somewhere? Like what? How does that even work?
I think dogs can do that too.
It just stores in their girly parts.
Well, no, they say as soon as his semen goes into the female,
Mhm.
she immediately releases an egg where it's almost 100% guarantee of
Oh,
pregnancy.
so then she can do that
Yeah.
again if another male comes.
Again, uh-huh. Yeah, if she has 5 kittens, she could have 5 daddies.
No way.
Yeah.
And
The little harlots.
wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, rabbits can too. Deanne
Mhm.
Bushcrafter said, wow.
Mm.
I thought I
Yeah.
knew all about the birds and the bees, but I obviously didn't know about the cats and the rabbits and some
Yeah.
dogs.
You are so jealous.
Wow.
They can't reach through the screen and appear next to us and take me
No, I
away.
don't think it's as bad as that, Hugo. That would be if we were talking about fake vanilla.
Oh yeah.
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 Not I knew about that for a long time.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that for a while.
Not me either. My husband says boy cat pee-pees have some. Yes, they do have barbs. I remember that part. That's why sometimes they scream
Mm.
outside that the tomcats have barbs on their wiener. Yeah, that'd be. I don't know if humankind was that way. If that we'd have that many children, we probably would have died out.
Yeah.
'Cause many females might have killed their men.
But then when female cats are in heat, it's like such a strong heat. They can be very weird.
Oh yeah, they can. They can do it with the door stopper on the back of the door.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe they
Mhm.
don't quite notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost homesteading. It's like, ouch. See, you wanted to get, have a baby. They're almost homesteading. It's not for the weak. If you're a cat.
Yeah.
It's also not for the weak if you're a woman. That's watermelon going through that hole. Woo.
Oh my.
That's why I had my babies early.
I should have had mine earlier. Oh my goodness, what was it? I had Malachi somewhere when he was little, and
You look at that.
he called me mommy, or I don't know what he said, maybe mama. And another kid his age saw me,
Hmm.
and I hear the mom, who's probably in her 20s, like, "Yeah, honey, that's the mommy. She's just a little bit older than mommy. It's that. Yeah, that happened." I am not older. What are you talking about?
Those fighting words, woman.
That's right.
Sometimes that happens. Yes, it does.
Raccoons scream too. Oh yeah, they do scream. Oh my goodness. Tibor, one time I'm hearing all this ruckus outside and screaming, and you see the tree out in the parking lot.
Hmm.
And boom, out drops one raccoon. Takes
These
off.
trees are rocking. Don't come a knocking.
Yep, exactly. There goes the other one too, taking off.
Mhm.
Like, yep. I thought they were fighting, just like what you tell kids. Oh, mommy and daddy were just wrestling,
Mhm.
honey. It's okay. Go back.
Just
to bed."
moving furniture.
Just moving furniture. That's what is it? Oh goodness, I can't think of their channel. Seven Kin Homestead. We were teasing them about rearranging their
Their furniture.
storage unit, because they have
Uh-huh.
a bunch of kids and yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Almost homesteading. Yep. Organizing the storage shed. Mom and
Mhm.
Daddy are just gonna go organize the storage shed. We'll be back a little late later.
You're not jealous, are you?
Oh, silly.
The kids walk in later. It's not organized.
Oh,
It's
I know that's why I said,
messy.
what are they gonna think about the blanket on the ground? And it's not really that organized.
When did a mattress get into the shed?
So strange. I don't know. It was just in case the boxes fall over. They thought to protect everything in the boxes.
It just so happens to be a blow-up mattress.
Yeah.
Oh, Tian said also not for the week when processing certain critters. Yeah, I don't know how good I'll be at that. I'm not sure.
Certain critters, like what?
Yeah, which ones do you speak of, Tian? Dost thou speak of? Reminds me of the witches of the Amish. Spirits rearranging furniture at night. Yeah. Oh, that's just what you want to tell your kids. Yeah, there's spirits in the house rather than some other story. But
Yeah.
that would definitely keep them in their beds, probably, or
Mhm.
screaming every time they heard mommy and daddy's bed move.
This is kind of
Mm.
creepy.
Yeah, that's really creepy.
Could you go somewhere?
Is that what they tell their
He's
kids?
just staring at you. Is he doing the angry face thing?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a she. Which is the one that does that? Makes you angry, like really has that scowl.
Well, that would be Dark Paw.
It's Dark Paw. I feel like that is probably not what.
His attitude changes like every 2
I
seconds.
told them just to move a box or two, and the kids would never know. It's true. Almost, I'm saying you could make like a fort in there, and then put the mattress under that fort area.
True.
What do you?
Well, rabbits, deer, ducks, geese, sheep,
Oh,
goats can all be rough. I saw one time, Tian, there was a mom who she kept rabbits, and it looked like she was in the suburbs and had like the rabbits. I don't know if they were like roaming free. It seemed like they were just in the corner of her yard. And she thanked one, and she's coming in. She's like, thank you for feeding my family. You could tell it wasn't easy for her.
Mm-hmm.
She goes to dispatch it and hits some kind of thing like I don't know what, exploded on her.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know if it was a pustule. I don't know what it was, but it was big and gross. And she even said it like, yeah. Aid said his cat does that too. The scowl. That's funny. It's what were you going to say?
I think it's hard anytime you process animals, but it's just, I think you get used to it the more you do it, but I don't think it's ever easy,
Yeah.
I think this last time was the easiest time we've ever had with our chickens. And I butchered our rabbits in Oregon, and I didn't think it was horrible. But there's something about, I think, with rabbits, a lot of people are like, oh, they're so sweet, they're so this, and they're not. They can be very aggressive,
Yeah, I've seen that too.
They were fine, but they just, can scratch the heck out of you. So it's
never mind that they left out the part where they're delicious.
Yeah, they are.
You just have to think of that in your brain.
This is food.
Yes, this is food. You will be delicious.
Yeah.
Hi, Stu.
And if you learn proper dispatching techniques where they don't suffer
Mhm.
the least amount, you know,
Mhm.
you can, usually makes it pretty painless and quick. So,
If I move all this stuff over there, could you like lay over there?
You don't like the smell of the dirty sheets that you had in your toga party, Hookah, or the smell of dispatching rabbit? Because I've been kind of reading the side chat.
yeah.
If
Bob,
it's
I
the
think you're on
sheets,
mute, Bob. I think you might be muted.
if it's the sheets, they make Febreze.
Um,
There you are.
yeah, I just don't like. I don't like the smell when you split an animal open. That gut smell
Mhm.
comes out. Like, I don't care for that.
I don't have a good smeller, so it helps.
Hey, Rob, painless. Yep, you knew you'd find Aid,
Hey,
huh?
Rob.
Lurking and working on making sure I don't have anybody come in that's naughty. Whack them.
Naughty, naughty.
No naughtiness. No.
Mm-hmm.
No difficult naughtiness, please.
Oh,
Really?
well,
I
I
read
better
the
leave
line.
then.
Oh, let's go ahead, Barry. You what?
I said, oh, well, I better leave then.
No, you're not that naughty. She said my new lion head was grunting at me cleaning her cage. I've heard that lion heads can be jerks. They're so cute, but I've heard they can be kind of jerky. That breed of rabbit. Is that true, Hugo, as far as what you've seen? Ew. Tibor, gross. I bet.
On the Walmart
Bob,
box.
Bob knows both smells too. He'll probably agree. Did you see what Tibor wrote, Bob? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with him. I smelled them both. Mhm.
Tell you, dead rats don't smell good. We get those that get into the bait and then they'll go behind something and die right on my
Mhm.
patio. It's like, oh,
Oh yeah. Hmm.
I have to get my mind right, or I can't process an animal, and I can't do it if anyone is watching me.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know how it would be for me. I've never processed one, honestly. I've never even processed a fish. I'm learning how to fillet with mango season because mangoes have that thin. Some of them have a real thin skin, and just taking my blade and going along the
Mhm.
mango skin and getting the mango meat off of that
Right.
without cutting into it. I was just trying to train myself with the knife better.
Right.
Oh, I adopted them because they weren't being cared for properly. The girl lion heads are more aggressive. Wow,
Huh. That's interesting.
that is interesting. I wonder.
I take
Go ahead.
and slice along this. I slice along the mango seed
Yep.
on both sides. Throw the seed and then put cuts in it. Open it up and eat it right off the skin.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have
And
the
you're done.
video of
Yeah,
how
they're
I have the video of
delicious.
how to do it like that. But I never throw away the
Mhm.
seed because the seed is like a lollipop. You can take the skin that's left around it, pull it down, and eat it. All the stuff off of it like a lollipop. Can
Oh,
scrape
okay.
it, scrape the meat off the
Mhm.
seed. And
Mhm.
sometimes it's neat because each part of the mango will ripen differently, so you kind of can get a different flavor in different parts of the mango. Oh, I've got like a tiniest gnat in here.
Oh, I hate that.
I hope it's a gnat too. I hope it's not a
Oh, I
mosquito.
was trying to read before I came on, and I'm laying in bed next to my husband. I got the little reading light, and of course, that attracts things. The
Mm-hmm.
little reading light, and the mosquito kept on coming
Yeah.
through, and I'm like, oh, go away. And I think I got a bite on my face.
I know they're like really
Welcome to
aggressive
the
towards the
country.
face this year. What was
Mm-hmm.
that, Barry?
Said, welcome to the country, Laura.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
right. Skeeter
Mhm.
country.
skeeter country.
They never used to bite me, but this year is different.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know. I have
they do
bites everywhere.
seem more aggressive this year.
All over my arm back here.
I've
Yeah.
still
That's why
got marks from that stupid ant that stung me. They're just lightening up to where I can't like see them that well anymore, but I can still see them light. I was like, wow, they're really awful.
We
What were
had
you gonna
this
say, Bob?
one.
That's why I don't harm those little tree frogs outside. That's why I don't harm them. They eat the mosquitoes and everything else, anything that will fit
Yeah,
in their
I
I
mouth.
know. I thank God every day when I look up at dusk and I see a bunch of uh, what are those?
Bats.
No.
Hmm.
Why can't I think? My brain is not working today. It's a stressful day.
Yeah,
Dragonflies, just flying all over the place.
Mm.
I love them. They're so
Yeah,
good.
they
They
take
eat
care
all
of
that stuff.
mosquitoes too.
Yeah.
They're all over the place here. I've
Mhm.
got to get a. I need to get a. Dude,
Oh, I don't have my peppermint oil right now. The skeeters. But
I need to
mosquitoes
get a
seem to get me not
hummingbird
where I'm
feeder.
wearing my peppermint huga. It's when I bend over to do gardening. They like to bite me right in my butt or in the crease of my butt and my leg.
They like to get
Mhm.
me in my behind my knees.
Yeah, they'll do that
Just in
too.
that. Yeah.
Or on your
Yeah.
knuckle. How do they do that? Like right
don't
on a
know.
knuckle. You're sitting there working. How in the world am I
Yeah.
missing a mosquito
Mhm.
sucking on my hand?
Yeah.
I don't know. That might be doing it when I'm sleeping or something because
Maybe.
yeah, those are the worst when it lands on a bone. Like
Mm-hmm.
an act. Oh, oh, somebody calling you, Barry, from
The
beyond.
beyond. Gotta watch out nowadays.
Oh no,
Oh.
my arm. I know there's lots of weird portals being open.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done with it. I can't get here soon. I'm so done with it. But 107, that would like kill me. How is that
Yeah.
even possible? I mean, we have heat indexes that have gone up that high this year, but not 107. Where it goes up to 107, but it's the heat index. It's not the true temperature.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I don't
Mhm.
get that. Like you get a heat index that's one temperature, and then you get a feels like, and then you get a temperature.
Yeah. Well, you get the
So weird.
the moisture in the air that cooks you.
Yeah. That's what they factor in with
Mm-hmm.
one, and they don't factor it in with another. Just factor them all together and give me one number,
Yeah. Yeah.
or
Exactly.
just give me a description of what it's like outside. Hot as hell, you'll sweat, and everything will cling to you.
You walk outside and you'll start dripping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The air is so thick you won't be able to breathe.
Oh, I hate that.
I
When you
hate
go
that
outside first thing in the
Mhm.
morning.
too.
And
And
I'm
it
like, my
hits you.
poor animals are living in this.
I know. Oh my goodness. Did you guys put any handles on that thing yet? Are you still doing the chicken tractor, or that's all the ones you processed and now you're going to start over?
I'm going to start over. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to use the same one. Right now, I do have a pulling thing. Like I have
Oh, the rope, right?
I have a rope that I pull to it.
Because I've seen them where they put, and I don't know how they do that. Like, what's his name?
Justin Rhodes.
Justin. Thank you, Justin Rhodes. His like, how does it end up going to the ground? I missed that part where the chickens are protected at night. Like I see, it looks like because it looks
It
like there's
doesn't go to the
space.
ground. His new ones don't go to the ground. His old ones do.
Yeah, the old ones did
Yeah, but now he just has a shelter for them.
inside of it,
Yeah,
and
and
just
he's lost
closes
a lot
them.
of chickens that way.
Yeah, it doesn't seem
But
like
now
it's
he's got
most
one of
secure.
those. Oh, it's like something you see on the side of the road. Those little bobby things that kind of
Oh
wave
yeah,
around.
the
He keeps
waivers.
one of those by his chicken coop or by his meat chickens, and it keeps predators away.
It scares
Really?
them.
Yeah.
That's
I'll be
wild. Who
darned.
knew?
Yeah,
Huh.
I wonder. We'll start
But-
selling them with
Yeah.
his logo or something. Who
yeah,
would have thought? That's pretty cool though.
yeah. My turkeys though, I keep it. I don't. I used to let my other chickens out because they're so easy to catch, but the turkeys are harder. So
The turkeys
that
are
was.
harder to.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead, Barry.
That was Kentucky Goblin. He was checking in on everybody, so he says
Yeah.
hi.
oh hi.
Oh, hey.
Mm.
Okay, why goblin? Yeah. It's where, oh, okay, Tian. I just saw that comment where they
Wow,
bite us.
Aquarius. 115 before the heat index.
What?
Where's that?
In Alabama? Who had 115? Oh, Texas. That's where Living the Rogue Life
Oh,
is.
okay.
We're over 90 days of 100 or over our top of something, not including here. That's crazy. How can people do 115?
The only time I've been in that kind of heat, it was 117, and I was going through California, Death Valley, and it was
Yeah.
117 outside.
Oh yeah, I've been through there a couple of times.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
no.
say, like back
The last place you want
Yep.
your car to break down.
back 7 years ago, I believe it
mm-mm.
was probably 100, 112 to 120 in Kentucky.
Oh wow.
We had that heat wave come through,
Wow.
and then the winter, we had the storm. We were living in Hazard, and the storm hit those mountains and it stalled,
Wow.
which is normal because that's what the mountains do. They block it, they stop it right
Right.
there in its tracks, and then it dumps everything it's got on you.
Mm,
I mean, we had so much snow, it was ridiculous.
Oh my
wow.
gosh.
Needless to say, the kids got, snow days.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
Because
T-Bone.
our situation was we were on a 1 lane road. There's only one way to get out. If you're driving a bus, which is amazing, the bus actually pulls all the way through the road, goes to the end, backs over this 1 lane bridge. I don't know how.
Oh, too
They're
bad.
amazing. And then
Wow.
they turn around on that bridge and come back through again. So, yeah, that was up in the mountains. So yeah, you can
Night
imagine.
Diva. I was just typing. I missed you coming up.
That's how Washington State is,
Night
Barry.
Diva.
All the weather comes off the Pacific, and then it hits the Cascade Mountains, and all the rain falls on us until the clouds are light enough to pass over the
Mhm.
mountains. Day after day after day of rain,
Mhm.
every day.
Yeah. I don't know what we're gonna get from Lee. Who right now? Yeah, it's aimed in our direction, which is a little unsettling.
I don't miss that. Here in Oregon or here in Tennessee where I live, it actually rains
Uh-huh.
more than where we were in Oregon, but
Mhm.
it dumps it all like in a big, huge storm and then moves on. You know, like in Oregon, it would just be
Yeah.
raining every
Yeah.
day.
Every day. Yep.
I don't know living the rogue life. I think it has to do with the sun and that we have open ozone too. With we're being radiated more, but yeah, all the cement doesn't help. That's for sure. Living in more of a cement
And
area, it's hotter.
Laura, don't you love it when people say it doesn't rain that much here?
Yeah.
I hear that so many times. I live in Washington State. I'm telling you the truth. It rains every day for
Yeah.
9 months. Oh, it
Yeah.
doesn't rain that much here. It's because you're in the house and you don't
Yeah.
pay attention to your surroundings, moron.
Because you're a ding dong, as my dad would say.
God.
My dad would be like, "You're just a ding dong, aren't you?"
That's a nice word. Your dad was very
Yes.
polite.
He was just a little ding dong.
It's another way
Yeah,
of
I've
saying
already seen
you're
it,
special.
Tibor. It came down to a 4, but I'm going to check it again because they just updated it 12. I'm hoping it's going to turn, like I think Patrick, that was the name of that one that went up north. And I hope it does the first turn. The second turn, it'll bring it too close to the East Coast. It will still miss us, thank God, but it will hit up near Maine. They'll get hammered in New England with it.
You going to bed?
Oh.
Hugo? Good night.
Good night, Huga. Have a sweet night. I liked here. I
All
saw
right,
that
all
about
right.
your sunflowers. It's great when you can grow your own food for your animals. It was great.
I'm going to grow a bunch of it next year.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
For
Because
cover crop, you mean use your
You-
cover crop that
What?
way?
well, I mean, just so that I have food for my animals too.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. For
Yeah,
sure.
I was thinking of that, Laura. You have enough land to where you could grow field hay or alfalfa. You've got enough
Mhm.
land to feed your own animals.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Yep. And grow
I
a
do.
bunch of corn to feed your
Yeah.
animals and to maybe feed. Oh well, you don't want to feed those, but they might just happen onto the land. Like you can't
Well,
help
they
it.
already do because we planted
Yeah,
cowpeas.
that's
and
right. Who knew?
to add nitrogen to the soil, and it
Mhm.
attracted a bunch of deer.
So what are like I didn't come from a hunting family. Is
Uh-huh.
it just like did they usually just shoot the bucks or
No.
both? Doe
Both.
or buck doesn't
Both.
matter. But is it like a certain size too with deer?
Depends upon the state.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
I don't
sorry,
know
Usually,
whether
David.
it's-
I don't know
when I
you.
was a deer hunter when I was young, it was the buck only, and he had to have at least some protruding horns. You
Mm.
know, and then the state says he's got to have 2 points
Oh,
later
thanks.
on, but there is a
J3GF. Have a good
there
night,
is
hon.
a
Thanks
specific
for coming
doe
in.
season
Mhm.
that doesn't last very long and all that. So yeah,
Well, we
depends
have
upon the state, Carol.
it's
okay.
pretty darn open here. You do have to get, I think, I don't know if you have to get a special buck tag. I don't think you do, but you're allowed to if you're on your own land, and you
Okay.
have a license. You can kill up to 3 does a day.
Same here.
Wow,
Just because of the overrun of deer we have here.
Mhm.
I'm already starting to see wild turkeys.
Yeah,
Mm.
I have wild turkeys everywhere on my property. We have just today there was in front of our house there was like 14 or something like that.
I'm just kidding. This is J3GS, in case you guys aren't sub to his channel. There we go. Because most of us know each other in here.
J3.
Yeah. He's a vet, Bob, too. I think Army.
Oh, okay.
He served.
Army. Okay.
Says, I'm coming to you. His description is, I'm coming to you from the Peach State, South Georgia, with years of gardening and farming with chickens and goats, and love doing it. Here to inspire and entertain. Join me on this journey on the farm as we learn from each other. I'm a veteran of the U.S. Army and proud of it. I love family, friends, fishing, and serving the Lord. Thanks for watching my channel. Okay, let me see who now is popping up.
TN says
Oh, I'm getting trolls in the back of the stage. So, yeah,
Oh, are you?
just in case. Yeah.
Laura's TN said you don't need a license on your own land. You just have to follow season dates unless you have a farm stand.
You just have to.
Hold on.
Huh.
I wonder,
Even if I take them to get processed somewhere else.
Oops. Guys, make sure you're subscribed because I'm about to do some editing into this live. Make sure you're subbed to my channel so that you don't get kicked out.
yeah. Now I always come up on panels and I'm not subscribed to. I'm just weird like that.
Yeah, but you're usually in the side chat talking before you do, so
Mm-hmm.
these people aren't at all.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what to make of Goblin having that bobcat in his yard this week.
Wow, really?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Maybe that's
Been there, done
what
that.
hurt the cats.
that's what we're thinking.
You bet.
Where there's one, there's
Poor
more.
Missy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've only seen one in my yard, but my yard on my
Wait.
property.
He
Cute.
stepped out of his house out the back door and it was sitting there in the yard and it locked eyes on him.
Oh, that's weird.
And he said it took him a while to process what he was looking at.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh crap, that's not a normal cat.
Oh,
So
Well, I told you all about that one that was at the last house we lived. You took 2 rabbits out right next to the house, and then the second one killed a rabbit right on my front porch. I went out there with a flashlight, and he looks around the house and he's looking at me, and and with the flashlight, they're not really afraid of people. Do you understand? I mean, they're not like a house cat that will turn
Yeah.
around and run. This guy looked at me and I went, "Okay, dude, the rabbit's yours. Have a
Mhm.
nice day."
They stare you down to size you up.
He locked
Once
eyes
they
with me.
realize,
Yeah,
once they
yeah, he
realize you're
locked
too
eyes with
big,
me.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
they
Well,
realize
I've only seen
Yeah,
it
he
on
walked
game cameras on our property. They,
he walked right past my garage door with that dead rabbit in his mouth, and he just like, you know.
thanks for keeping the rabbits out of my garden.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
wow.
stay off my chickens.
He looks at me. Yeah, I know what you are. I'm not scared of you. I'm just going to keep staring
Yeah.
back at you. I'm like, okay, dude, have a
I'm
nice
gonna be
day.
I'm gonna be clipping wings tomorrow because I found chickens out. I got the electric fence and they're sitting on top of the plastic area where the electric fence meets, and in them, like, I have 3 chickens out. I'm like, dudes, there's electric fence for a reason.
Oh, who had a question? Does anyone else in here raise rabbits and do you tattoo them? And then Tian says he's pondered the tattoo. I'm not sure if I want the stamp or the gun. Okay, so why are you doing that, Tian and Hugo? What is that for? If they get loose? Well, why do you have to tattoo your rabbit stock?
I didn't do it when I had rabbits, so.
Yeah. Oh, Rob, I'm so sorry you forgot that. Oh, it's not just any old one, huh? Uh-oh. Very expensive one, Aid? Or one that's important for his trip? Or both? Hey, Threads and Jars. Morgan, how are you? Good to see you.
And jars. Good to see
Up
you.
where I live, I have to keep an eye on the mountain lions. Yeah, those, they are fearless. I use to raise rabbits and never even thought of tattooing them. Yeah, what's the point? Hey, Passamaquoddy. Hi, honey. It's okay. I lose that track of days too. Oh, to tell them apart. Huh. Because it's
a lot
hard
of people
to
just number
sex
the
them.
cages because are you keeping your rabbits together in the same area?
Oh, it's a night scope that he forgot. I'm sorry, Rob. That stinks. Rob's a good boar hunter. He's taken Aid out too, I think. Aid, you went with Rob, right? Or did you go with another crew? You got a nice sized boar. I think it was on his Instagram, I think.
Cool.
Rabbitry. I use an app called Rabbitry Assistant. Oh, okay. To tell them apart. If you have hundreds of rabbits, maybe a tattoo is needed. Can you imagine though tattooing hundreds of rabbits? Yikes!
No,
Oh my gosh!
I don't want to hang on to a rabbit.
It's
Most of
next-
the time, they're
It's
damn, they'll
important to
scratch
keep,
the daylights out of you.
track of your rabbits. Who's the daddy? Who's the this? Who's that?
Oh,
Like
got
any
it.
other
okay.
livestock,
So you're not mating
Mhm.
brother to
Right.
sister and causing
And then
something
you
down
can
the line.
okay, this number is a bad breeder, or this number is a great breeder, or because after
okay.
you get
Yeah.
so many rabbits, it's like just like any other livestock. But for a small bit, I wouldn't. Unless
Oh,
you're
she's
doing
got 2 apps. One is for Rabbitry Assistant for the rabbits, and then she's got one called the Flockster app for chickens. So you can keep track of like what you said, Laura,
Yeah.
if they're good. They must have that too for like people who herd like goats too, to know who's a good goat mommy, who breed, not to breed. They probably have to write all that stuff down. It's just less unless they have a lot to keep track of.
Mhm.
Oh, they mate so much you have to keep track. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
But don't you keep the bucks away from the does usually, Hugo? And
Well,
only
you
mate
keep most. It depends on your theology.
Mhm.
You can do the raise the rabbits together, and everybody's together.
intermingled. Yeah.
But my rabbits it wouldn't have worked with that because I had one rabbit always getting in with the other rabbit and almost killed it.
Hmm. But there are those who need to tattoo. I like just knowing my critters.
Yeah.
They made my schedule. Yeah, I've seen that done, TN, and then I've seen the other where they have the, what is that even called? The colony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Colony.
She put it there right as I was going to say it. Thank you,
Yeah.
Hugo. That was perfect timing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I forget who had that. Reap What You Sow. I think Reap What You Sow had one. Had a colony.
Yeah,
I
there's a couple
checked
people
them.
who have done the colony method.
I don't understand the colony method because do they stay or do they try and dig
Well,
out?
you put them in like a big room together, and they
Yeah.
mate whenever they want to mate, and they don't when they were, and
Their room was like, it almost reminded me of
Oh.
like a screen room,
mm-hmm.
but I was like, how do the rabbits not dig out of like underside of that?
I'm sure they have something underneath.
Like they put metal maybe
Yeah.
down, dig down. Okay.
Like our chicken coop, we put the floor, but we put chicken wire under the floor
Hmm.
so rodents couldn't get in or
Yeah.
any other kind of weird.
Yeah.
Snakes. Because some snakes will, yeah. The problem with raising rabbit, that's what we were saying. Like maybe that's why they tattoo them is for to keep the ancestral breeding down. I've said 6 hanging cages for breeders. They have survived wild dog attacks. Wow, with no injuries. That's amazing. I'd like to see it. Is that on your channel, TN? How you did your cages?
Was it Tim from Ridge Life? He lost rabbits,
Oh wow.
and they were like a pack of wild dogs, and they tried to rip them out through the bottom of the cage.
Oh, that's disgusting. Oh.
Yeah.
See, now when you have that problem where it's a pack of dogs that maybe have gone feral, but they
Mhm.
were like, say they would be rescue, like they're regular domestic dogs,
Mhm.
but they come into it. Are you allowed to shoot them
Hmm.
if they're on your
I
land
think so.
as like
I
a
think
regular
so. I'd
predator?
have to look into that, but
Because it seems like that's happening more and more where people are just ditching their dogs
right.
because they can't afford to feed them as
Right.
part of it.
I had that incident where I got surrounded by dogs on the way walking home from the school bus when I was
Oh,
a
wow.
kid.
It's horrible.
Not fortunately, a guy driving by saw what was happening in his car and he ran them off. But not long after that, county sheriff with some of the guys in the neighborhood gunned them down.
Yeah, they had to do that if they were coming after children. Oh my goodness,
They
it's
had to.
horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
living. I would like to raise Angora rabbits for the fur. Plus, I wouldn't have to harvest them. I'm allergic to Angora fur. Like, can't breathe around it.
Yeah.
I wish I wasn't. It's really soft and lovely. It also, to me, has a certain smell. Like if it gets damp,
Yeah. I don't like it.
I don't either. I don't like that smell when it gets damp. Once they go in the bachelor pad or the sorority house. I love it. Until they are old enough to breed, then they go to freezer camp or get bred.
Mhm.
Okay. You're in Colorado. If
I
a
like
dog goes after any animal, they can be shot. Okay. That makes sense.
Mhm. Freezer camp. I like that.
I know. I love that term. Freezer
I like
camp.
that.
Anything that threatens your family or livestock.
The
is
chickens
safe when they try.
get in the bus, chickens.
You know,
We're going to go to freezer camps.
I had
Hooray!
my chickens in their trailer in a grill cart, and I'm taking them over. I'm like, it's graduation day. You guys are going to freezer camp.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I'm sorry, living the rogue life. It's just that I did that a long time ago. Sorry about that. And Threads and Jars comes in just like once in a blue moon. So, and same thing with you. Like you've just started coming around since we did Shed Wars. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel left out. Hold on. I was doing other stuff on here when I was getting people up on the panel. Let me just check because I have to go through a different way to do it. Do.
Is Barry still here?
Yeah,
Are you still here, Barry?
Yeah,
I'm
good.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just, sorry about that. Don't mean to make anybody feel left out.
Maybe I thought maybe one of your cats threw you out of the house, Barry. Move. I said move, and I meant move. Now you get on out of here.
Yeah, they'll be thinking that until
Oh,
the
I
show
didn't
comes
know
out.
that. Thank you, Threads and
Mhm.
Jars. I appreciate that. She says she watches me often, but she just sometimes doesn't feel the need to comment. I appreciate
Aw,
that.
that's
Thank
very
you for
nice.
watching me. Okay.
I've got silent viewers too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I just had to make sure you guys were you because of those people coming up behind the
I mean,
scenes.
I'm not saying bad ones. I'm just saying I've got some silent viewers. They let me know through an email if they were there.
Aw,
It's like
that's
the
nice.
same,
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
like the deal with the MERS radios video that I did.
Mhm.
I should go through. I don't know what's going on with the wrenches. I just made you guys wrenches and it's not showing up.
Bella's one of those people that has an account, but she she won't even leave comments or messages or anything. She watches and then supports through email.
Yeah. We
Hmm.
shouldn't get any. Hopefully, we shouldn't
Yeah, I have an awful
get
lot of.
anybody in here that's
Yeah,
naughty. Go
But
ahead,
that
Bob. Sorry.
I have an awful lot of subscribers who don't comment. That I get a lot of views, but
Mm-hmm.
they don't say anything.
hey man, when that radio company sent me that email, I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!"
Hmm.
They asked me to evaluate one of the radios, and I said, "Yeah, absolutely, send it."
Right on,
I
Barry.
usually get to
That's a
keep
good
those
deal.
things too.
That is cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
You're
can't say
welcome,
what it
living
is.
in Rogue
But
Life. What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, Barry. You can't
no,
work.
it's okay. No, I can't say what it is or or anything, brand or anything until I do the video. But
Yeah, I have something sitting on my table and throwing out my back kind of ruined a video for a bit
Hmm.
because of how I have to hold it to demonstrate its use. It's right with those muscles that I pulled.
I was doing a video and didn't realize I was filming in slow mo, and I'm like, oh, this is like the best part of the video.
oh,
And it's not like, you know, you're filming like, I was filming. We had Amish guys build our shop, and I'm filming them. It's not like I'm gonna say, hey guys, can you redo this?
yeah.
You know.
Pull
Aid,
all
if
those
you're
nails
still
and
here,
start
say
over.
something because I need to do something with your rent. Sorry, I'm trying to. There he is.
I wonder if you
Scored
could
a
have changed the
hog.
speed of the video in an editor and it would look normal.
In editor. Which one? What? What did I miss? What?
I was just asking Laura. I wonder if she could, if it was filmed in slow motion. I wonder if she could have sped it up in a video editor.
I did.
Oh, did it work?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit.
Well, it did look like the 1920s film where everybody's running like double speed.
No. No, sometimes when you do that though, when you
Night,
speed
Rob.
up the
Thanks for
film,
coming in. Always
it
happy to have you
skips.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll skip if you do that
Mhm.
with a
Yeah, it's
slow mo.
weird because I got all these settings on my phone, and that's the one thing they didn't put on there was slow mo. I would
Oh,
have had so
weird.
much fun with that.
I think you can do it in Filmora.
But I've got there's all these options. Like I can record my phone screen. I can
Mhm.
add narration to it. I can do picture in picture video,
Mhm.
which I know
Cool.
Carol's seen that.
Yeah, I would love that feature. I think that's cool.
And I can make a
Night,
GIF
Robert.
out of whatever I've got in my
Okay.
photo album.
Uh huh.
It truly is for a Motorola phone. It was definitely made for media.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you got a great phone for a great price. Right after too, I paid stupid money for mine. And he was showing me the features and he's like, I got picture in picture in this. And I was like, I don't have
Wow.
that. don't
Yeah.
have that. I paid stupid money for mine
Yeah.
because I wanted all the film features, and it doesn't do that.
Yeah.
I guess you could do it. You could pip it, but then it's a separate video, so it's like a reaction video you have to do separately.
Hmm.
Or you could do your old iPhone with your new iPhone and do it.
I
don't
think
know.
there's some.
Or you
I
could do
think
what I do. It's like, I need another camera. I got all my GoPros working. My tablet.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
You can
Yeah.
always tell when I film me on my tablet because I'm not looking in the right spot.
I know,
when
isn't it hard? Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like really close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard with the tablets, like, because I don't know too. Even talking to you guys, am I supposed to be looking in the camera or I'm looking at your squares?
I wouldn't use my
Your
tablet.
squares.
It's camera.
Yeah.
It's portable.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I have 4 mamas, 15 babies, 18 adults. Wow. Some adults need to be cold. Oh my. Oh, and 2 lion heads. I didn't need. 32 chickens at different ages and breeds. Oh, cool.
Wow.
I can't imagine. Like, I mean, I can. Aid, you know what I gave you. Okay. Raw. Yeah.
I got 25 chickens and I just started. I came home with 14 chickens the other day. I'm like, huh? Let's just start with, I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's easier to say I'm sorry than
Yeah.
yeah. Beg
Please.
for forgiveness. Mhm.
Mhm.
yes, it's easier to beg for
I'm
forgiveness.
sorry, but the chickens were on sale $1.99.
Ooh,
Dang.
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah, I would
The
have jumped
chickens
on
were
that too.
BOGO.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The chickens were BOGO. Or kind of.
Yeah.
That is
I
really
wish my
good.
land was level more so I could do that kind of stuff, chickens and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I could keep goats over here in this field next to me because they don't care if it's not level.
Yeah.
Chickens
That
don't
might- Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
You could probably build something out of that. The wood. Did they take the wood away from that shed that what the horse was a long time ago?
Yeah.
Oh.
They had to.
Okay.
After the disgruntled neighbor got mad, he called the EPA. We had to go. Well, I didn't have to go through it. The landlord did.
He
Mm.
called the EPA
Mhm.
because there's an old shed back there falling apart.
No, well, that was part of it. That old mobile home that's over here on the hill behind my garden,
Oh.
those attics tore it
Mm.
apart, right?
Yeah.
And then
Oh.
all the
Yeah.
junk that
I
was
remember.
in it went everywhere.
Oh,
So
gross. Yeah.
this person who got mad at the landlord decided, I'll get even with him. I'll call the EPA.
Mm.
Well, here's the funny part. The EPA also got on him too.
Mm.
He called on himself and didn't realize it.
Yeah, when they came over to talk to him, they looked around. They said, I hate to burst your bubble, but all this wood that you got, this firewood that's running into the road and everything, you got to clean it up.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Ah,
Whoops.
ah,
You better
ah.
think twice before you go calling EPA on people. Make sure you're.
Yeah.
What is that? What's that old saying?
Mhm.
About cleaning the mold out of someone's eye. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway,
Oh, wow. That's a big rooster.
dang.
Get to
I just
33
got,
inches.
Sounds
Wow.
like a big meal to me.
six Jersey
Good stew.
Giants. And so,
Um,
I did see some good news. That those lovely folks who dress in black who beat up innocent people and burn down buildings
Oh,
and all
yeah.
that.
oh, yes.
Yeah, the state of Georgia used the RICO Act on them. That's
Oh,
that's-
really?
That's the RICO Act is how they broke the Italian mafia in New York City. Yeah, because they were destroying property, beating up people at that
Mhm.
where they're trying to build a
Yeah.
training center.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
used the RICO Act. I went, yeah.
Good for
Wow.
them.
Finally, somebody's got a pair that swelled up and went after them.
What does
Oh yeah, as soon as
what does it do, Bob? The RICO Act.
it lists them as a terrorist organization,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
they follow the money, and they start seizing the money and the people.
Awesome.
It puts
Everything.
the geeks to work.
It brings
And
the state and the Fed together.
they freeze all
Wow.
their money
Yep.
and they do all the
They
good stuff.
uh-huh. And they started grabbing those guys off the streets, and they busted a whole bunch of them.
Wow.
You can bet there's probably twice as many of them in either a state or a federal prison
Mhm.
somewhere right
About
now.
time.
Wow. About time is
About
right.
time. Mhm.
That's wild. I'm really
Well, they
surprised too that it was the state of Georgia because there was some interesting things that went on there in the last
Mhm.
election.
Yeah, that's why, because so many of the construction people were getting doxxed and followed home and burned their
Mhm.
houses down and on and on.
Horrible.
Guess what, little commies? Guess what? They learned their methods from watching the Pacific Northwest, and now we know exactly what you're going to do next.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
Tibor said, yeah, it's used against any organized crime or like.
Any
And
organized crime. Now they're
if you
considered an
really look at
organized
how they do
crime,
things, they're
and
very
yeah,
organized.
Ooh,
they
good.
are. They are.
It's about time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rather
Bye bye.
than using those
But
powers against the general public, it would be
Can't
good
go
for them
outside.
to do that.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
I have no mercy for those guys at all. I saw what they did to Seattle
Yeah.
and Tacoma.
Go outside.
I saw Tacoma with my own eyes. What they did down there, it was just
Right.
just
They've done to
unbelievable.
Portland. I mean, it's not as bad as Seattle, but I mean, they did try to burn cops inside buildings.
That's
See
horrible.
if
One
he
of
wants
them,
outside.
one of
I'll
them
be
just
Yeah.
happened to be my niece,
Okay.
so I kind of take that a little.
Oh my,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
yeah, a little personal. I
Yeah.
get that.
that's horrible. Where was that they did that?
Yeah, I think
Where was that, Laura? That they
In
tried to
Oregon,
burn?
they
Oh, yeah.
they
those
tried to
nuts.
burn cops inside the police departments and the courthouse where my niece
Mhm.
worked.
Yeah.
She's a jailer, and she was working and they tried to set the courthourhouse on fire, or they did in some areas.
That was their chant.
Yeah.
I remember Bob
Yeah,
and
they
I
did.
talking about
Mhm.
that, and his wife saying that was the chant in her land
Yeah.
before.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when my wife's no, that was during Hillary's thing, and she heard them screaming in Portland, no justice, no peace, and my wife sat up straight. She went, "Oh my God, they're here.
Mhm.
That's the communists.
Wow.
That's one of their." And then she heard more of their chants. And then she a few days later, "Can I buy a gun?" Yeah, you're a U.S. citizen. How many can I? And no, this is the truth. She's been through this, and
Mhm.
how many can I buy? As many as you can afford. And then she started getting that
Mhm.
little Asian computer brain to going over the finances, and and next thing you know, she got
Exactly. How
she
many
got a
guns can I get
pocket
this
full of
month?
them,
Just goes off into the sky.
Yeah, that's the way. Oh man. Oh boy. Yeah, but
Yeah,
then
that's true,
okay.
Corey.
I love her, love her to death, but then all the other logistical parts was up to me. Holsters, pistol belts, bullets, speed loaders, magazines, all the other. And I remember I'd call her up at work and ask her, how much do I have in my account? And she'd just, in about a half an hour, she'd send a text. I put 500 more in. Go,
Wow.
buy it,
Wow.
get it. So that little math Asian doing her calculations going on.
Living the
that was
Go ahead.
that was about a year of doing that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wish she could come out here and do that for me. Be like, oh, okay, I see this. That you've got this in your budget. You can allocate this much for
Mhm.
this.
Yep, Luke 6.
Yeah, that was a good one
Yeah.
for storms. What's funny is it ends up being a pun because it's
Mhm.
about wood. Never seen that where the Bible verse used and it's actually a pun too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you should just post that on your door. Nice
Yeah.
sign on your door. So as soon as they knock, they just kind of see it. Please read first, then proceed to knock.
Well, that's assuming they can read.
Oh,
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Dude, what is your deal tonight?
And they want me here. They desire my presence.
Now, when you're not on a live, Barry, do the cat do the same thing, or is it only when you're speaking to someone else?
Only when I'm speaking to someone else.
That's
Isn't
what
that
I
funny?
thought. That's what I thought.
Jealous.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna step down. I gotta go, guys. My husband likes to wake me up early on
Oh,
Saturdays.
yeah, and it is 1:23 in the morning here.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I see.
It's good
I
to
understand.
see you, Laura.
Yeah, always good
All
to
right.
see you.
God bless you guys. Have a
All
great
right.
Bye,
You.
evening.
Laura.
Love you.
I'm,
Bye.
I'm pretty sure
Good
everybody's
night, Laura.
sub
Good to
to
talk
Laura.
to you
Yep, good to see you, Laura. Thanks for coming.
again.
Yeah, Decula's not too far from Brazelton, where I was looking, Huga. But then it was like God just kind of shut that door. He basically gave me a verse that I had never heard. It was like he gave them everything they wanted, but he sent leanness into their soul. And I was like, I don't want a soul that's lean. That does not sound pleasant. I want a full, lively soul.
hmm
So I just didn't feel like we could proceed on that move. And then we would have missed Malachi and a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, Hannah rode for quite a while down here too, and the riding facilities up there were not as nice, I want to say, and not as into all the different things that her barn was into down here. Like her barn actually got the kids involved in like the Special Olympics and things like that. And when she wasn't talking, she kind of qualified with her speech disorder. So she went, she won medals
Cool.
because they put him in according to riding ability. So it's really hard because it's like, yeah, you know that certain kids are not like maybe in other subjects aren't as advanced as your daughter. So you're like, well, maybe we shouldn't be here. I don't know. But then you see other kids that are just like your kid, and you're like, okay, it's for all these kids who can't go and be on like a regular Olympic team. It's open to them. But yeah, she placed medaled there, and oh, it was such a neat experience for her too. And then she did other like shows and stuff with this barn, which was really nice. Oh, I assisted too, Huga. Isn't it wonderful? Yeah, assisted. She said she loved assisting in hippotherapy, which is horseback riding therapy. Oh, thanks, Rogue Life. I didn't know you were leaving. Have a good night, living Rogue Life. Yeah, I loved it. She just had a really great barn. When I went there, um, I had just come home to homeschool Hannah, and we didn't have that much money. But God had just paid off everything, so I could homeschool her. It was like the most amazing thing, and I think most of you have heard it because you know me for a while. But yeah, I was teaching, and I did all the finances one night. I knew I needed like 1,000, and I forget what it was now. I think $1,270 to pay off the car so I could come home. And the next day, in my mailbox was a check for that amount from my HMO had been audited, and I had overpaid. I only paid like $99 a month for
That's
this.
amazing.
Right
Yeah,
on. Right
it
on.
was
Just
just so
perfect.
God. Yeah, it was perfect. So then when we went to this barn, I was like, listen, this is all I had. I brought them in change. They remembered that I didn't. I brought them everything I had. I said, I would love for her to ride in this program, but financially, we just went down to one. Just my husband, what he's making, and I'm not making anything. Like, here is like all we have extra a month. And I brought it in to show them. I'm like, and here's all our extra change. I would love for her to ride, but I don't know what to do. And they're like, oh, go tour the facility, just see, we're going to look over her paperwork and, just tour the facility, see how you like it for her. Oh, I loved it. It was wonderful. Didn't feel like therapy because back then therapy was very clinical and they wanted to put the kid in the box and make them fit in this box.
Oh yeah.
And I go back to the office and they hand me a letter and it says Hannah Woods has qualified for a full ride scholarship too. And they named the barn, their barn. I just stared at it. I was like, well, yeah, she's gonna ride. Just got a place. We got an opening for her in a class
Right
if you
on.
want. And I was like, couldn't believe it. I just cried. I was like,
Mhm.
thank you. Thank you so much. Made a huge difference. It was like the best thing ever for her. So much better than just regular therapy. Oh, you did aquatic therapy too? Oh, wow. My mom did that for a little bit, like at the Y. But it was more like aquatic aerobics, but it was really therapy for her. Tien's like, I like aquaponics. Yeah, kind of different, but that could be kind of aquatic therapy, just like gardening is.
Mhm.
Yeah, your hydroponics are awesome, Tien. If you guys haven't gone over, Tien is actually doing videos now, and he has some videos up about like his stuff, which he's growing. It's awesome. And Barry has a video too that he just weighed stuff that came out of his garden, which I'm amazed that the squash, like the size that you're getting, that nothing's eating them. Like those were huge. And what is that little bump on that?
I don't know. I
Like
don't
a
know.
shark,
Hold on.
like a
Just
dolphin or shark
mention it. I'll
fin?
be right back.
So weird.
Dolphin squash.
Yeah, it feels so good, Hugo. I just have a problem with water now that I'm older. Girl problem. Oh dear. What type of hydroponics was he doing, Tibor? I can only imagine. He says, had a friend who was into hydroponics. He's in prison now.
Turned on the switch. This camera sucks so bad.
I can see it though.
It doesn't
See
do
the thing at the top near the
Yeah,
stem?
it's a goiter.
It's a goiter.
It has a thyroid problem, Barry.
Yeah, it has no neck, so I mean, it's really.
Yeah.
That might have been the pseudo neck that the squash just ate, just like how like sometimes
Well,
a twin will overgrow onto another twin.
If I was
just-
on my phone, I could take you outside, and the one next to it is deformed looking too, and it's only
Weird.
about that big.
I wonder if they mixed with another squash nearby.
Well, there's 3 there, so maybe
Yeah, maybe because they can cross pollinate.
these are so good. Oh,
Yeah.
been eating the hell out of them.
What do they taste like? Are they more like a
Oh, I'll
summer
bet.
squash?
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
like a
They're not like overwhelming. These are burpee,
mm-hmm.
yellow squash,
Yeah.
summer squash,
Okay.
and
So they're like, go ahead.
their flavor is just, it's not like an overpowering squash flavor. It's
Just mellow and good.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
it's
lot of
mellow
the
and
yellow
good.
squashes usually are more mellow than like the zucchini. When we used to chop them up, and my mom would make it was like garlic, tomatoes, the Italian seasoning, and then she would chop up the zucchini and the summer squash and saute it all together and some onions. I don't even remember. I think we just ate that as a side, or we ate it on pasta. We ate it on pasta.
The day I released that video,
Mm-hmm.
I actually that evening, because I hadn't really set anything out
That's weird.
as far as
Yeah.
frozen. Like I didn't set up any meat, so I was like, okay, well, I really haven't been eating vegetables like I should be. So it was like, huh?
Did you see Hugo's thing? Such as that.
Make it a boy
Make
or
it
a
a boy or
girl.
Boy or girl, yeah.
It's a Ken doll. It has
You can
neither. It just has a bump like a Ken doll.
It's
could
in
choose-
transition.
You can choose your genders these days, so
Yeah.
Yeah. Tibor said non-gender squash. Like, let's not get into that, please.
But I cut up some red potatoes, some red onion, the summer squash. The one
Mm.
summer squash, the small one. Oh,
Yum.
I ate until I couldn't move. It was so good. I like sauteed it is what I did.
Yeah, that's how my
So-
mom used to make it.
oh.
So yummy that way. I might even actually eat pasta. I mean, I'm not supposed to at night, but I had made shrimp scampi with like a fettuccine alfredo sauce, garlic fettuccine alfredo sauce, and have rice noodles for it to go over, like the vermicelli. I think
And
is how
this
you
one was all by itself. It
Asian
had been
hair.
knocked off the vine somehow.
That one looks perfect.
That's perfect.
Yeah, picture perfect. Crook neck. I can call him. Cute.
It's summer squash, but for some reason it's like that. So I don't
It's
know.
pretty.
But it was off the vine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna assume it's done.
Yeah. If the vine shriveled away from it and maybe you caught something probably that was going to make away with it and it ran away.
That's possible.
They, them. Here, we'll stay safe. They, them. Yeah. I can't stand that. The they, them thing. That drives me crazy. I mean, to each his own, but please don't make me say it. Don't make me say that.
And my neighbor and I were comparing our gardens, and I got some peas, and then they just went kafunk. And then
That's what mine did.
my summer squash, which should look like what you have there, Barry, nothing. I mean, they just stunted. Same with my neighbor's garden, stunted. It just stopped.
Well, that's what mine did too, though.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, so the ones on the top on the upper garden don't look too good, but the ones down here by the door are just like boom, and they're producing. Like there's probably 6 on one vine. There's 3 on another, and the one in the back isn't quite ready just yet. What was
Now
that?
we're politicizing them. The crooked neck. Crooked neck.
Mm-hmm.
I
Is that
did
the
not
one?
have sexual relations with that zucchini.
That's right.
No,
Your chocolates? Are those chocolate chickens? Is that what chocolate is?
Oh man.
Cute. Yeah, they usually like squash. I've seen that. I've seen other homesteaders and farmers give their chickens squash. They love to get in there and get at the seeds.
Yeah.
It's like a
Let's
little
face
delicacy.
it, darn chickens will eat almost anything.
True.
Almost anything. You can throw them grass clippings, and they'll just go right through it. And they will eat
sorry,
almost
T, and
anything.
their bushes. Sorry, I know I called them vines. I meant they're actually bushes. But
Oh, if vines, they may be a butternut cross. Oh my gosh, butternuts are humongous. That's what I think that pumpkin that I got had some kind of little bit of butternut in it. I just decided to cook it down with some apples and pumpkin pie spice and some maple syrup. I don't know. I don't think I put sugar in it because I was going to add that later if I add it to like a recipe, like how you can add applesauce to recipes to keep it moist. Oh, that's okay, Uga. I thought it was kind of funny. A chocolate chicken.
I love acorn
Chokins.
squash.
Ooh. Yeah,
Squash is so good.
I've seen people doing that. I don't know how you have to have room for both those plants, pumpkins and watermelon, to spread out. Or if you trellis them, which I want to try. Has anybody got that? It's on Amazon. It's a archway that is long and it has the netting on it, the soft netting, so you can redo your netting each year if you want to, like in case something got blight. You could just kind of go out and buy the soft type of netting. If anybody used that.
No.
Oh yeah, Larks. Chickens would eat you if you sat still long enough.
That's right. They would. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm surprised they weren't off the list like pork was, because pork does that. Little pigs will eat anything, including humans.
Anything. Yep.
Yeah. So I wonder how they kept the pigs back in biblical times. They were just so disgusting to God that it was like, no, bacon is off limits.
If why couldn't you just take field fence,
What?
a 15-foot piece of field fence, and shape it like a trellis, or not a trellis, but an archway, and then they
Hmm.
could trellis up that.
What's field fence? I don't know what that
It's
is.
like, there's another name for it.
It's not. Is it like a cattle panel
Hog,
or hog fence, like hog wire
kind of like
fence?
hog wire.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the kind that you slip
Yeah. Mhm.
into the metal post.
Yeah, the panels because we don't have anything to bring it here to the house.
I was
Like
going
my
to say, because
husband.
it comes in a roll.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah.
I have some chicken wire that came that way at Home Depot. You'll have to message
Well,
me the
this
name of it.
problem with, I mean, that'll work if you build
It's
like a
too
wood
weak.
frame. Yeah, because
Yeah,
you have to build a wood frame around it. But the what I'm talking about, you would have the minimum amount of support to, because it's so rigid.
okay. Is it like a hard wire?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe shoot me a picture of it. Message it to me. I'll look for it when I go
I'll
to the
just,
big box store.
in the daytime, I'll take a picture of the field fence right next to me.
Oh, okay. That works. That'll
Mhm.
work too. Miss Kitty, go get a roll of bank line tired. Oh, net. Huh. I never heard of that either. Bank line. Oh, Hookah's got one for the cucumbers. You like it, Hookah? Because it seemed like it was pretty good price. And is it as big as they, make it look? I would like to know an actual real person now with some of this stuff because they fake so many of the reviews.
Some of the reviews are paid.
Yeah, there's some of them are paid,
Yeah, they are.
definitely.
They are.
And then sometimes
Mhm.
it's a Chinese product and they do that. They've got a lot of people. One time they didn't even bother like hiding it. It was just people from Japan and it was all in Japanese, the reviews. I was like, this is the American, like the US Amazon. What did I miss? And I don't remember if there's a translate thing there either. That's what was so frustrating. Probably there probably wasn't. Oh wow. Okay, Hugo. I kind of want one of those for I want it for my oh my goodness, my grapevines. There's a teared and non-teared bank line. Yeah, they should try the calmer earplugs. I just get to a point where sometimes the words just won't come. It's actually a memory problem. I heard somebody mentioning something about they had this rare memory disorder. I'm like, oh, I wonder if that's what's wrong with my memory.
Well, I've had that for years. It's called CRS.
It's called
I
what?
can't remember shit. CRS.
You
I
remember
can't
a
remember
lot.
shit.
No, you remember a lot. I have it happen in speech. I can't be that fluent sometimes at all because it just just words. They go away. They don't form.
Yeah.
I use teared bank line. They use for trot lines. It takes forever to decompose. Oh, yeah, I didn't
Be
think
right back.
about that. I didn't think about that, Tian. I don't know about the stuff for My stuff isn't going to decompose too well. Neat. Oh, Bob, I think you're locked there. Okay, you're okay.
That was weird, wasn't it?
That was really weird. He's there and then he's gone.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Even underwater. Oh, I don't like that idea. That's true about the net actually down here somehow finding its way into the water. Eek.
Oh, that reminds me, Carol. Have you ever had to worry about the canal back there flooding?
No, thankfully they leave it open during any of the times where we've had, severe
Oh, so it
water.
does have
It's
locks on it.
Yeah, it's really weird because for the longest time if you look on Realtor, they actually
Mhm.
grade properties now for flooding. And for the longest time, we were just a 1, and then I saw it the other day, and it said my property was like a 3 out of 10. I'm like, no, we've never had a problem with flooding here, thankfully.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they do. It just flows out. It's not a typical canal. It goes from the west to the east and goes into a larger body of water. It's a drainage canal. That's what they call it.
Oh,
Words,
okay.
words again.
Was the water in it 90% of the time, or?
Yeah, pretty much. Unless it's a really, really dry season, then it's very low.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say 95% of the time there's water. There's life in it. Like I take pictures of it. That's where I saw the otter.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
Those otters are adorable.
scare the crap out of me. I don't want to get bit by one. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
but I love otters. I could watch them all day.
I could watch them from a distance. They're fast. Like if you got one that's mean, they're fast. They'll be like right there at your foot.
Yeah.
And yeah. Ugh. People have spent nights in the greenhouse tying nets by floodlight. Oh, fun. No, I don't. I probably could. I should know how to make a net. That actually isn't. That's a good skill, TN. Now that you guys are talking about that, I didn't even think about that for the future for shift to know how to make your own nets. That's a pretty good skill. I'm just trying to look up my property to see. Hold on.
I love it. I was just looking out the windows and my neighbors who put up those strings of lights on his fence, man. I remember last year when we moved in here, I was talking to all the neighbors. They all came over one at a time and met with us, mostly me. And I said, told them about my history at the last place. And, oh, it's not like that here. It's not like that here. There's nothing happens. And then I started putting up cameras and motion sensor lights and more lights and more and stuff. And oh, look, Marvin, that looks really cool. Yeah, now they're copying me. Now they're cutting
Does
back
he know
the
something
trees.
we don't know?
I told you when I first moved in here, told you, it won't take long until they find this area.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we haven't had any break-ins or anything like that, but I've seen them riding their little BMX bikes down here in the middle of the night.
Those electric bikes too, they like to use for some reason. Is it because they're quiet? Maybe.
Oh,
And
but
fast.
I saw a real creative one. This is the second time he's been on this block. The first time I could tell he's a tweaker, on a BMX bike and wearing the orange safety vest and all that. And he's stopping in front of everyone's houses. And I went out in the driveway and stood like this and just looked at him. Guess what, dude? Yeah, I kept it.
You're in the wrong neighborhood.
You're in the wrong neighborhood, dude. You got eyes on you, and I'm watching you, and I'm not afraid of you. But he came back again. And have you ever seen those long cattle prods? Have you ever seen those? He was pretending like he's working for the water company, and he rode his bike by and pointed at everyone's water meter. It's like, oh yeah, I work for the city water department. It's like, once again, the garage doors open. I went right out in the driveway.
I'd be like,
there.
Take pictures of him, see if he'll move on.
Yeah.
Take pictures of him. I'd be like, oh, you work for the county? Let me just get your picture so I know that it's you next time to come out to read the water meter.
I know it's not him because I know the guy who checks water
meters.
I
know. That's what I'm saying. Like bullshit. I'm like,
I know.
Let me just take your picture so I know I've got the right guy reading my water meter, because there's this other guy that shows up and he's actually in a city shirt. It's so weird.
And they can't do that out here because these are wireless. All they have to do is drive up the road.
That's how they do it here. Yeah, and our water guy is a black guy driving a city truck. That ain't some.
Yeah. Yeah. Ours is in the typical white pickup truck that says East KC County Water.
There you go.
District.
Same here. Yep. Same here.
Which I can't. I try to pay my bill and I can't even get through to pay my bill. It's always busy. I'm like,
oh, wow.
Don't charge me extra because it's not my fault I can't get through.
Yeah,
but I recognize he had a cattle prod in his hands when he was pointing. It was like, oh really? This over here on my table beats your cattle prod. Stay on your bike and keep moving.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
Oh, an idiot. You're like, oh, can I see that reader for a second? I used to fix those, put it in the
Yeah.
fire and come after him with it.
Throw it out in the street, Yeah, exactly. But I think enough of the neighbors saw him on their cameras more than once, and they're like, yeah, you're just about to get robbed. You better do something,
Well, that was like, what do you do when you have sliders like me and somebody just comes up with a brick?
I know what to do.
You get out your gun, but I mean, like it just
Yeah.
happened so fast. Like I can't. That's the hard part is keeping something near those doors because of
Mhm.
Malachi.
Yeah.
We can't
Yeah.
keep it out in the open. If he gets a
Mhm.
hold of it, oh my gosh, we'd be devastated.
Yeah.
And he's not, with it enough to leave it alone. He would not leave it alone. Hannah would know, but
We
not.
have batons in different corners and all over the first and second floor of our house.
Yeah, that's what I was
So,
saying. Like a bat somewhere.
yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
bat.
Well,
I got
Yeah,
yeah.
a bat over there.
Mhm.
Barry.
Yeah, these are handy. This just cut off a golf club.
Oh,
You can whip the dog snot out of somebody with one of these, and
yeah.
then they don't bend. I've just smashed up zucchini squash and other stuff. But this is a wrong
Wow.
house if you want to come in and you see somebody standing there with their legs spread and then a screamer stick in their house in their hand. Any of us, like, dude, you better leave.
I Dredge,
That's
Dredge
good,
and
Morgan.
Charles, if I could just interject with that, I mean,
Mhm.
Okay.
eventually, I hope it doesn't. Dredge
Yeah,
and Charles,
eventually
I pray it never happens, but
it comes
you know,
everywhere. Yeah. It's
it
spreading everywhere because of what's happening. There's no place for a lot of these crazies to go. That's, I feel so bad for my neighbor because his autism has maybe morphed into something like hearing voices. And like they've got him in a place now, but finding places to put those kids that are, to live.
Oh yeah.
So expensive. So expensive. When I looked it up, it was like, even with insurance, your copay is like crazy amount. So a lot of people don't have a place to put those people, and they just end up out on the street. And some of them choose to go out on the street too, because they are adults. They have to be willing. If they can function somewhat and speak for themselves, they have to be willing to go into certain programs, unless it's court ordered.
Exactly.
That's what's scary. And they're spreading everywhere. And then
you
using
can't.
drugs with the mental problems already there.
Yeah.
Bad mix.
And 5 million more arrived in the U.S. just last year. Right across the little 5 million more of them came in last year. 5 million.
Yeah. And that's
5 million.
Not just the M country. It's from all the way down Central America.
Everywhere else.
Yeah.
And North Africa, everywhere. They're from everywhere. China, everywhere.
Yeah. Let me see. What did he say? Hard for people to just roll up here 3 houses in a mile radius and about 5 miles on the road. Drive through 10 miles of woods first. Well, that's good. I hope you have like all little tells on the way if they start coming up that 10-mile. That's what I'm going to put up, is what Bob has always said. Put up those driveway alarms. I need to put them up.
Driveway alarms. Yeah.
And the camera outside. I'm going to have to do that. Well, it's 1:52 here. I am going to call it. Seems like it's slowing down. Now that I've scared myself for the night. Like, ooh, I can get on Amazon. The little growing black dog will be a huge. Yes, Freya will definitely be a deterrent. that black. Yeah, I thought of you, and I met that one guy who had a German Shepherd, Tien, and the kid
Right.
had left. The kid had left that fishing thing out, and it grabbed the fishing lure and swallowed it with the hook.
Ugh.
$1,000 later, it's like, oh my gosh.
Mm-mm. Oh wow, that's expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, Tibor, I thought about motion lights, but with the camera, they have ones too that'll sometimes just flick the camera on for you too as it's turning on the light. I'm still looking.
Ooh,
But, I
excuse me.
can make a video about I installed quite a number of these solar powered
Mm-hmm.
motion lights for $30.
Okay.
That comes and you get two.
Okay.
I can make a video about those.
Thanks,
I put
Bob.
all around the place, easy to set up. You just set it up in a second, even a moron can set it up. And that's
Thank
me.
you, Morgan. You too. Be healthy and be safe. Yeah,
I'm
I
not
was
a
giving
moron.
time for.
You're too
I'm a
damn
maniac.
smart to be a moron.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. You're very smart. But he likes to play a moron so they don't know what they're dealing with.
And no
Bingo.
moron has good hair like that, Bob.
I know.
Oh, really?
What?
Mm.
Bob has amazing hair.
Wow.
Yeah. My dad had amazing hair too. Up until I would say he was 90, he still had full head of hair. And it just started to thin when he was 90. It didn't go away. It was like,
Okay.
dang, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
I hope mine stays. All right, y'all. Thank you for coming tonight. Appreciate you very much. I do hope you have a wonderful week. Hope that, you have good people in your life and that you can love them and they can love you. And yeah, and take care of yourselves. Oh, good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.